So we are live with Mr. Haissam Khan, my first certified PMP from Japan. Now, journey of every certified PMP is extremely important, but this guy's journey is very critical to me. It's very important. I would even say very close to me. He's a very good friend of mine. In last 1.5 year, we connected through LinkedIn, and he has become a very good friend of mine from past time. And his entire batch almost have cleared. And he was the guy. Actually, I was routing that he will be first one to clear, PMP, but things did not turn out. Things turned out in a different way, and it was not his fault entirely. I wouldn't put all fault to other place, but not entirely his fault. So we have Hassam with us. What was his fault? What was not his fault? And why even I am saying that not his fault? So what was the thing? Why he gave exam? Why he wanted to become certified? And why I am saying that he is the last student to become? So I wanted you to tell the entire story, the interesting story, how you became certified PMP, what were the things. So brother, please go ahead. Hassam.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Ami bhai. Yeah, it has been an interesting roller coaster journey actually, and yeah, I must say like I found a good friend and as well as a good coach for me, and it was really right decision that I took back in June, July when I came across your how to say like your lucky and like shining aspirants who were like rocking out the exam and cracking the exam well actually with above targets. So if I start my journey, so I came across PMP when I took first PDU training sponsored by my company back in 2011. I took like 35 PDU course sponsored by the company, and to be very honest, it was just like a 6 day, I guess, 6 day course, and it just went out as a like sonic jet because I couldn't really get anything out of it, and I couldn't really attempt the exam as well actually because it was just like a formality thing. You might have an idea like most of these the group or the company courses trainings, they are just like okay, just give you a letter or diploma. So and then during my I got busy with my career, with my job, etc. I didn't really focus on studying by myself because the trainer on those course they just gave us okay, at that time it was like it was PM book 5, I guess, like or 4, I don't remember. He just gave it like you are supposed to read this thing from cover to cover, and okay, if you ask me to do this thing, I can't I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna study the PM book from cover to cover. Yeah, I can definitely refer it for good concepts and just quick references and reviews, but not really the. So I just procrastinated. I just like left the hope to take any exam, and I got busy with my job. I was busy with some project assignments in Saudi, in UAE, and then eventually I moved to Japan to work on some project. And back in 2019, I took career break and started my MBA in Japan. And last year in June, basically not really the June, but around May, I just became interested again, once again, to restart my career. Before restarting my career, I should have a PMP thing. It's definitely an achievement. I was aware of it. And what happened with me at that time, I started looking for Udemy courses. Uh, I am like when it comes to social media, I am very active in LinkedIn user than Facebook or anything else maybe. So I joined the LinkedIn learning courses as well because I use the premium account. So, however, there was something missing for me. Yeah, I was getting good knowledge, good videos, etc., but it was not really helpful for me at that time. And eventually, I came across on some day while searching, I came across your some short source video about it was some journey video actually, and I became just interested. It really clicked me well, and I became interested. I followed up with some your YouTube channel, and then finally after like, and I was in contact with a few other resources, and the people I was looking for recommended by some colleagues or some friends, and all of them were like some of them are very famous in Pakistan actually. Maybe I can share later in private personally with you. But I noticed one clear difference: the level of enthusiasm, the level of motivation you bring to your aspirants. It was matchless, to be very honest. And that's why I came into contact with you. I sent you a message, asked the details of your program, and you actually replied me well in time, actually without any delay, like maybe the same day. And you gave me the details, and you even recommended me the which programs are there and which one is most suitable for you, maybe in my giving my circumstances and situation. And I remember you recommended me, okay, the batch program is more suitable for you. So I took another 1 week, I guess, and that week was totally about looking, watching your YouTube videos and journey videos. Those videos motivated me well, and then I signed up for your program, and I was part of batch 10. It was amazing batch. Everybody like, uh, well, let me put it into context. Like, the best thing about batch programs with Amir is you find really good mates. Group study is something that helps you uh, really well, and you get into an environment. You find uh, really amazing aspirants around you who are actually ambitious just like you, and who are willing to help you actually. So I know in our WhatsApp groups and stuff, like we have one main WhatsApp, all of Amir's aspirant students, then batch group, and then we have our separate study groups. So we have 3 4 groups actually, where we share all the knowledge bases, where we share the ideas, where we ask questions, we get answers, we feel ourselves connected with each other. And very importantly, it's not only the one guy who motivates all of the other people or the mentees as Amir, but also like the spirit prevails with everybody else. So all of the class fellows, like the batchmates, they push they pushed each other a lot. Okay, well, as Amir mentioned earlier in his like intro, he was expecting me to clear PMP, maybe the not if not the first, then maybe the second or third one in the batch. But I procrastinated for several reasons. I was not really like keeping up with the things. So, and believe me, like your follow-ups and after your follow-ups, all of my batch members separately contacted me. They offered me help. They asked me if I need any help,
This is
if I
beautiful.
need to know.
This
Yeah,
is
it is.
really beautiful. This is really beautiful.
Yeah,
Not o-
yeah,
not only my follow up, but my batch, my students are doing such a great follow up. Every single one of them, like they
exactly.
have really taken my mantra of each one teach one, and they are working very nice.
True, very true. So my friends from India, my friends from Pakistan, my friend from USA, Canada, all of them in our batch. It was a very diverse batch actually. So all of them, Germany, so all of them were like really helpful. Like each one, like after the clearing up their PMP, and they knew like, oh, Hassam is like just procrastinating. He can do it, and they were just saying, oh, you can do it. I know you can do it now. I remember. Uh, Riaz Bhai, Atif, Vandana, Santosh Bhai, and then Arunji and Madiha, like all of them, like they contacted me. Sorry if I forget anyone's of name. So all of them were in contact with me, and they like, okay, Hassam, why are you delaying it? Yeah, and yeah, it was amazing, amazing experience to be a part of such amazing people. And then my PMP journey, until maybe you can say for some time it was me who was delaying it, and then it was about the circumstances that I was facing. So in Japan, uh, it was little. Um, how to say, like inconvenient to take exam for PMP during these last months of year, because Pearson VUE test centers are fully occupied, and like no slots available. I was waiting for the slots to be empty, and like so I shall be able to book my exam. However, this was not the situation. So I waited for a month actually, and then after a month, what happened? uh, I booked exam. I requested already had booked my exam, but didn't schedule. When it comes to scheduling, there was a huge drama and creation. So in Japan, Pearson VUE didn't take the online exam, the home exam, home-based exam. They don't really take those exams for the PMI, and PMI has changed the vendor. So it's a Chinese vendor now. It's a, I guess, big vendor, ATA. I booked my exam with ATA. I requested the PMI. It took more than a week. After that, they changed my exam from center-based to home-based. However, when it comes to the exam, the day I was supposed to take exam from home, I was just checking the formal system checks, etc., and then the instructions appeared, and it it appears that the ATA in Japan takes exam only in Japanese. So I'm not a like native Japanese speaker, so even for native Japanese speaker, it's a hard thing. So I just contacted the proctor there, and he told me, oh, we don't offer exam in English. However, there is a small box in under the screen. If you click on those box, you can see some translations. But it was very inconvenient. Like you are going to pop up the window, and then you are going to switch the window to see the translation. So it was not good. So I told him like, no, I'm not going to take exam in Japanese. My booking is in English. So why would I? You're doing this thing to me. And he told me like, we don't have any other language option, so please go back to PMI, and they can change you to the Pearson, and you can take exam again. So I wrote PMI again the situation, and thankfully they understood, and they offered me, okay, we can change your exam back to the center base. And eventually I was able to schedule my exam in January. So there was um, like 1.5 month delay due to this activity, like home base, then center base, and then no slot at all. So yeah, that was uh, kind of drama, and it really put me into another uncertain situation, like, okay, maybe just leave it, not a good idea.
So that was a very interesting thing that I wanted to share that has never happened to us. Like this guy, I was like, give exam, and Sam was on daily basis. Sir, now it's not my fault. Now, and that was true. Apart from procrastination, we need to understand things are there that are mostly out of control of human being, and that was
Mhm.
what was happening to Haissam. So Haissam, let's talk about exam. How did you manage that time?
Well, once again, you shared the video one night before the exam, about all the guidelines, and then we had a call, and you asked me to manage the exam. When it comes to me, I did pretty well actually. My first 60 question, I did my first 60 question in 65 minutes, second 60 question in 70 minutes, and last 60 question in 65 question. And I ended up my exam 30 minutes earlier than the time. I got lucky with the time.
Okay.
I just kept all of your like instruction to manage 80, 70, 70 something. Yeah. So, I managed to do it earlier.
You managed to do it earlier. Which area of the exam was most highlighted?
Hybrid, it was like, if you talking about the methodology, it was hybrid, and yeah, most of the question from hybrid.
Most of the
It was
and which of
clearly,
the
yeah,
domain,
it was clearly
which of
mentioned.
the which of the knowledge areas were more dominant?
People, people domain, most of question.
It-
Most of the
Most of the
question I
question.
faced were, yeah, and mostly teams, stakeholders, um, and conflicts. Yeah. conflict management is, like, I must say, like, I have been watching some like YouTube videos of the previous PMP, like the rockers, and they mentioned about these things as well. So yeah, conflict was another big area in my part test.
So conflict management, the people was more dominant in people. If we probed, it goes to team. In team, if we goes to probe, conflict management was highly into that, right?
Yeah, conflict, and I miss one thing, maybe training things like
Trainings. You
motivating
identify
team.
the
Yeah.
train. Identify the training needs. You produce the training need. Were there any formula question, Assam, in your exam?
Not at all. Not a single one actually.
Any critical path question?
No,
No critical path question.
no.
How many
Mm.
compliance questions were there?
Quality, yeah, there were some question actually. I must say, like, if I'm not forgetting anything, so around 8 or 10 questions were related to directly related to the compliance or quality issues.
Hmm.
Yeah, legal
How many
requirements
how,
stuff.
how many questions related to Sun model?
One,
One more, like okay.
yeah,
How
one
many question?
question.
Any question on MBTA?
No, no, not a single question.
How many drags and drop?
Two.
Two drags and drop. Okay.
Mhm.
Which area was most difficult? First one, second one, and third one.
For me, last one, you're talking about the 60 questions. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So the first 60 question, simple. I did not find anything. Second, simple. I felt myself like a little like for 6 or 5 questions that took my some time actually. Some of my time in the last portion, I found it little difficult.
The last portion was more difficult as
Yeah.
compared to the other
Yeah,
topic.
although
What
I was expecting like maybe PMI has designed their exam in a way like last portion is like people to like the aspirants are kind of like
it's not that. It's
burnt
not
out.
that. It's
Yeah,
not that.
yeah, but
It,
it was difficult. It was difficult.
it's a belly curve. Say 60 question will be very hard, 60 question will be medium, and 60 question will be no. Now that will be evenly distributed or mix that depends on the aspirant to aspirant. If you and I both are giving exam together, we will not have the same. Okay.
True.
So talking about further, what about risk quality procurement? How much questions were there from there?
There were questions from the risk, not a lot. Some six, seven, something. Yeah, risk quality question were there as well. Around around 10 or so. Yeah, like I saw a good number of quality question, I guess, like because there were frequently, even if the like the quality and there were question like quality and conflict and all those stuff. So luckily I did some of your like almost all of your mocks, and I saw those patterns or questions like the conflict and quality and stuff, how a PM is supposed to do in those kind of situations. So it helped me. Yeah.
It helped you. Okay. What about scope, schedule, cost? How many questions were there in that domain?
Uh, from the cost, it was like I couldn't really remember more than like two or three. It was like yeah, I was expecting more, maybe like because sometimes I feel like it could be um, a hard thing for some aspirants, but like no cost, not a lot of cost question. Yeah, scope in agile. Yeah, scope with the agile projects. There were questions related to the scope like. Uh, 3 4 question, and then into the predictive environment as well, one question related to the it was about like change management actually, and
Okay.
yeah, and
Okay.
schedule
Okay. Okay. Basically, I'm unable to hear right now. Maybe there's some voice gap. Yeah.
sorry, I
Can
lost
you?
your voice.
Yes. Now I can hear you. That's what I
Yeah,
was saying. I'm unable to hear you. So now, Assam, you have given us a good information. And if anyone watching has a question or there's a follow-up question, you can put in the chat box. Assam will get back to you. We always, like in the Marvel movies, Thanos will return. So Assam and I will answer you. We always reply. So Assam, each one teach one. You know that very well. You explain it very well. How each aspirant has helped you, guided you, motivated you. Now the responsibility lies on your shoulder.
sure.
You know,
It would be my pleasure. Yeah.
You need to do that for the other PMP aspirants. You know how many new aspirants we have. We need to work with them. We need to guide them, especially the people who joined in the batch one in 2022, the batch that we had a very successful batch. So the batch that has all the students, new students there. So you need to work with them. You need to guide them. You need to see how you can guide them and support them and work them so that everyone there works with you. And everyone becomes certified PMP as soon as possible.
Sure.
So with that, thank you very much. You had worked very hard. Now I request you to write PMP question also. You know that. Maybe
Yeah.
write PMP questions so we can work into that because you need to learn PDUs and I will provide the PDUs according to that. And final and most important thing, I don't have to say that. Do celebrate. I'm sure you may have celebrated it before because you
Yeah, I
cleared
already.
few. Yeah, but keep up the good work, relax, and best of luck for future endeavors.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank you
much
very
once
much.
again to you. And hello,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
we there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm
So
here.
just yeah, so just on a final note, I would like to, because after in our group, the new aspirants and the recent groups, they they came into contact with me to ask some advice or suggestions and things, and I would like to quickly like share here. Just follow the roadmap Amir Bhai is going to provide you. It's going to be like great help for you. Don't really go for here and there. Don't really try to change your pace. Oh no, I want to do this or that. Just like take whatever Amir Bhai is going to give you. That is going to be the most helpful thing for you. Follow those things. Like we now have a lot of like bundle of tacit knowledge developed here with Amir Bhai. So he now like after more than 300 aspirants successfully cleared the PMP last year. So he know the game, and please follow the things, and it's going to be very easy thing for you. Don't don't go don't go for like, oh, I'm going to do it later or like next month or next week. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, don't do it like this, me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for such a beautiful interview and best of luck for future endeavors. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.